my goodness.
Canelo, choose one, please.
Guys, we gotta go. We don't.
Can you elaborate on why Crawford is better than Mayweather? Just a little bit of detail.
Oh, he can switch. He's very smart guy. He's better.
But you capping, bro. I never thought like fantasy fight me versus Floyd, nah.
Never. I never just was with a person and looked at him like, man, I'll be this. Never. That's some hating type to me.
Like plotting.
I ain't never been that type of person ever.
If you can, compare and contrast the fight between yourself and Floyd Mayweather Jr. and tonight's bout with Terence "Bud" Crawford, if you can.
No, I think Crawford is way better than Floyd Mayweather.
Canelo straight up warning Mayweather not to mess with Terence Crawford. Man, that's wild. Think about it. You're talking about the same Canelo who went 12 rounds with Floyd, felt that shoulder roll firsthand, and he's basically saying, yeah, that defense, Crawford would ship it to another galaxy.
But I know how you is. You be sizing up, bro. Keep it a stack. Did you in your head size up Floyd? Like, you know what I'm saying? If we was ever keep it real, boy, keep it real.
I'm never that type of guy. I think that's some grimy shit. Always been happy for him, been a fan of his, and I never imagined us fighting. Yeah. I never looked at him like, man, I know I'll beat it.
And I get it. Crawford is like a video game character on cheat mode, switches stances, sees punches before they even leave your shoulder, and makes world-class fighters look like they're shadowboxing with Wi-Fi lag.
You can take a guy like Canelo. This guy can do. He can pick and choose who he want to fight. And I'm gonna tell y'all the truth about Canelo. Easy, man. Easy. Y'all sitting up here, y'all praising this dude. This dude was nothing. I was almost 40 years old when I cooked this dude. Easy.
Right now, I think Crawford is a little better than Mayweather, but Canelo have more experience right now.
The dude's timing is so sharp, he could probably counter you while ordering lunch. When Canelo himself is telling you Bud's a different animal, that's not trash talk. That's a survivor giving you a warning flare. And here's the kicker. You and I both know Floyd loves his legacy too much to hand it over. But imagine Crawford dragging him into deep water. That shoulder roll that worked on Canelo. Bud would turn it into a TikTok dance move by round 3.
Looking back at like Floyd's career, like him coming up in the era that he came up in, he had all them champions that he was able to fight, and that's what led him to be so great. You know, because he fought the most champions, beat the most champions. You know, got the most money for beating the most champions. So it's just like, man, he had this guy, back to back to fight, one after one.
I'm not saying Mayweather ain't great, he's the blueprint, but Crawford is the upgrade, the software patch, the whole new system. If Floyd's smart, he listens to Canelo's warning because Bud isn't coming to box safe, he's coming to erase your whole defensive playbook. And if that fight ever happened, we wouldn't just be watching a clash of eras, we'd be watching history flip upside down. That's the kind of matchup that makes you grab popcorn with both hands and forget to blink.
Yo, yeah, so if he was pound for pound, Floyd was pound for pound. You or Floyd, who would have done that? Who would have won that?
Me.
Oh, shit, okay, I'm just asking. Floyd was pound for pound before.
That would have been a hard fight, though.
Man, me versus anybody. I'm gonna always say me.
Okay.
Come on now.
So first, we had Canelo waving the red flag, saying, Floyd, don't even try Crawford. And now, Max Kellerman basically doubles down with that spicy take, putting Pacquiao over Mayweather on the all-time list. And you know what? That ties right back into Bud, because here's the truth. Mayweather was the master of the game. He played boxing like chess, while everyone else was still learning checkers.
It's wild, because like if you look at Floyd's resume, it's much deeper than Crawford's. And Floyd was faster and he had a better defense and all that stuff. But Floyd picked and chose when he fought guys, especially once he left lightweight. But once he left lightweight, he was careful about when he fought guys. So even though his resume is deeper with names, people remember, yeah, but he didn't want it with certain dudes at certain times. Crawford, we all witnessed, even though the resume is thin in certain ways, he wanted it with everyone the whole time. Yes. That makes a difference to people.
But Crawford, he's not just playing the game, he's rewriting the rule book. Floyd knew how to time when to fight guys. Bud knows how to time your soul. Mayweather's shoulder roll saved him against Canelo, against Oscar, against damn near everybody. But against Crawford, that thing's getting hacked like an old iPhone update. Floyd exploited timing outside the ring. Crawford exploits timing inside it. And that's why when I hear Max saying Pacquiao ranks higher, I can't help but think, if Manny gets the nod over Floyd, what happens when you put Crawford in the mix?
In a bad way.
He was so big and so dominant. I can't do that. But that's,
he mastered the art of knowing when to fight somebody and when not to fight somebody. I mean, he's the best in that game. He's the best in, making money and making all the, the huge fights happen. But why? Because he was timing every single one of them. He never fought nobody really in their prime. He always
after junior lightweight. Junior lightweight, he did.
100%.
He didn't fight Paul Williams, so we all wanted to
So he changed the game in the worst way possible. You're right. Everybody's trying to protect their own. I had to break that, right, with Tank. I made sure we made
you
that
broke
fight.
the
That was real. We did.
Yes.
Forget legacy debates. Bud might just make Mayweather's whole resume look like a carefully curated museum piece. Legendary, but not built for today's fight game. And here's the kicker. Crawford isn't just slick like Floyd, he's mean with it. Floyd made guys miss and smile at the camera. Bud makes you miss and then punishes you for even trying. If Floyd was the banker counting the money, Crawford's the tax collector coming straight to your doorstep. And trust me, nobody dodges that knock at the door.
Manny Pacquiao was the first dude to really win 4. Floyd gets credit for 4 for beating Canelo, but that wasn't at the junior middleweight limit. I don't count that. I don't count that. Terence Crawford just joined Manny Pacquiao as the only legit 4-division champion in the history of boxing. And he did it. And then skipped middle to fight Canelo Alvarez for the Undisputed, for the Ring magazine.
Man, I love how Max Kellerman came swinging like Crawford's lawyer. Bud's the GOAT. Case closed. But then Chael Sonnen jumps in like the substitute teacher who caught the class clown running wild. He's basically saying, hold up, you don't get a Lifetime Achievement Award just for schooling Canelo. And honestly, he's got a point. Beating Canelo doesn't instantly grant you GOAT status. Otherwise, Floyd would have been knighted the moment he turned Canelo into a wide-eyed intern. But that's the beauty of boxing talk. One guy yells, all-time great. The next guy yells, not so fast, and we're all stuck here throwing popcorn at the screen like it's WWE commentary.
Max was a little heavy on Canelo. Now, when I say it was a little heavy, it just surprised me as such an expert, as a guy that knows everything. I mean, Max knows the amateurs. He knows what Usyk did in the Olympic Games and the World Championships and the Golden Gloves before that, and he knows everybody else as well. I was a little surprised, if I'm being fair, at how much he thought Canelo was a great fighter. That part did surprise me.
And here's where I gotta laugh. You notice how Chael doesn't care about your bigger guy, younger guy, reach advantage theories? He's like the uncle at the BBQ who reminds you, yeah, all that's cute, but put the gloves on and let's see who survives. That's why Crawford gets the love. He doesn't need excuses, he just solves puzzles in real time. Floyd played chess, Bud flips the board and still wins. And if you ask me, that's why fans ride with Crawford, because we're not just watching boxing, we're watching a man dismantle every excuse before it even leaves the commentators' mouths.
That Max's final deduction was that Crawford was the GOAT. Due to the fact that he beat Canelo, like nothing in Crawford's life really changed. He'd beaten everybody else that stepped in front of him. There wasn't a massive weight discrepancy. I know the story likes to say that there was, but we put them on the scale. Like that story and your weight discrepancy, that's a lot of fun in football, because we never actually know.
So right when Chael's out here playing boxing's Mythbuster, Oscar De La Hoya steps in like, hold my tequila, I got receipts. And you gotta love Oscar, man. He doesn't even hide it. He'll straight up say, I don't hate Canelo, I just don't care for him. Which is boxing speak for, I'll send you a Christmas card with no return address. And the wild part, he's actually spitting facts. He's telling us Crawford's win wasn't about excuses, wasn't about age, wasn't about size. It was just pure skill dismantling Canelo like he accidentally walked into a masterclass. You and I saw it, and Oscar's over here confirming what we felt in our gut. Bud didn't just win, he redefined the conversation.
Crawford just took him to school. That's basically it. That's the bottom line. I mean, Crawford is older than Canelo, so we can't use the excuse that he's older, right? We can't use the excuse that, oh, well, you know, he moved around too much. Well, it's your job to figure him out. right?
But then Oscar flips it and now he's playing career counselor like some motivational speaker for boxers. Get a new trainer. Reinvent yourself, Canelo. I mean, when your ex-promoter is basically sending you to boxing therapy, you know it's serious. And tell me I'm lying. Didn't it sound like Oscar was about 2 sentences away from putting out a LinkedIn job post? Hiring new Canelo trainer, must teach footwork and patience, salary negotiable. That's where we're at, people. And you, me, all of us, we're just sitting here wondering if Eddie Reynoso's seat is getting hotter than a Vegas slot machine that just hit 3 cherries.
Get a new trainer. I can't advise him on retiring or staying in box. That's a very personal decision. But I can say, hey, get a new trainer. You'll do better. A new trainer will teach you different tricks.
Alright, so Oscar De La Hoya is out here giving us TED Talks on why Canelo needs a new trainer, maybe even a new personality download, right? And just when you thought we were done with the therapy session, boom, we slide straight into Romero. And let me tell you, Raleigh's the only fighter alive who can give Crawford props for smashing Canelo, and then somehow turn it into a motivational life lesson like he's Tony Robbins in boxing gloves. Bro said Bud opened his eyes to something bigger than boxing. I'm sitting here like, what's next? A Crawford fight fixing people's credit scores.
But you know, Terence made me that performance did something really special for me.
Yeah?
Yeah, and a lot more special than what probably anyone else is probably thinking, honestly.
How so?
Just opened my eyes to, and it's not even boxing related. This has nothing to do with even boxing. This has nothing to even do with boxing. It's just he opened my eyes to something bigger in my own personal life that's going on right now.
And then Raleigh pivots to Jake Paul versus Tank like he just scrolled past a meme. I swear, only Raleigh can analyze boxing while sounding like he's halfway through a podcast about crystals and meditation music. But hey, he did drop some facts. Crawford didn't just beat Canelo, he looked like the bigger guy that night. That's wild. And then he compares it to Tank fighting Jake Paul. Now that's like comparing a Ferrari to a lifted pickup. Sure, one's got style and speed, but the other might just run you over because it's massive. And if Tank eats one of those heavyweight haymakers from Jake, man, we'll find out real quick if power naps in the ring count as defense.
I know when I spoke to you after your win against Ryan, you were rooting for Terence. How happy are you for that win that he got against Canelo?
I mean, he just made history. I mean, that right there is, I mean, I don't think that's ever going to be done again. And if he does that 160, that'd be insane. That'd be incredible.
Alright, so after all that, Canelo waving the red flag, Max Kellerman throwing Bud into the GOAT debate, Chael playing Mythbuster, Oscar handing out therapy slips, and Raleigh turning boxing takes into a TED Talk. Here's where we land. Crawford isn't just another fighter. He's the storm everybody's either warning you about or trying to explain away. But hey, that's just me. What do you guys think? Does Crawford rewrite Mayweather's legacy if they ever touch gloves? Or does Floyd still find a way to school him? Drop your takes in the comments. I want to see the debates light up. And yo, don't ever forget to like, share, and subscribe to Boxing Headquarters because trust me, this ride is only getting crazier. See you in the next one.